Influence here, and today we're going to talk about, are you losing interest in this hobby? I hear talks, I see people on Facebook, and I started thinking about it myself because I have been waning a little in the recent months. Not losing interest per se, and we'll get into it after the intro.
Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
So what I see, four main things is contributing to this, and maybe it's different for other people, but I'm just saying as a whole, like what I see, what I'm hearing. One is price. Like, prices are getting more expensive, and they're kind of pricing people out of the hobby, so they just naturally lose interest. Once you can't buy this stuff anymore, you kind of naturally fall out of collecting. Two is repetition, which is a big one for me. Companies keep releasing the same characters, doing it a little better or a little different or whatever, excluding the stylized companies. I think that's a nice new take, and not always for me, but if you like that type of thing and you're tired of the repetition, the G1, those type of figures being out, it does give you another lane. So I do like that because it keeps the hobby going. Three, I would say, is release schedules. There have been less figures releasing. Well, I can't say less figures, but less figures that someone may need. So I think that's subjective. Somebody's not collecting G1 or collecting other stuff. They may have enough to where they're not losing interest in collecting altogether. But I'm kind of talking about Transformers for the most part, but just collecting in general. So release schedules and things slow down. We saw that a lot with COVID. And then that's when the prices raised and the release schedules picked up. But I know a lot of people that got out of it during COVID because of that, because they weren't releasing anything and they weren't getting anything. So they kind of lost interest in it. I think the fourth one is just growing out of it. And when I say growing out of it, I don't mean getting older. I mean, we all change and evolve into, you might just lose interest in stuff. So people, everybody's not a lifelong collector. People lose interest. I've seen people, shout out to Jisk, I've seen people sell their whole collection and then get back in it and start buying again. I've seen people just dump their whole collection at once, like get rid of everything and never get back into it again. So it's just that's subjective as well, because like I said, everybody's not going to be a lifelong collector. They may get tired of the stuff and feel like they just need to get rid of it all. But they're like the four mains of what I see and what I feel is a contributor to people losing interest in this stuff. Me, I was waning. I find myself in the last recent months, like, just losing interest in keeping up with every single release and every single thing that comes out. Just trying to see, and I pride myself in keeping up with that stuff because of this channel, because I like to bring you guys the news, bring you what's going on. But lately, like, I've been missing releases. Like, I seen something the other day when I was on Prime's channel on his live. Like, I even know it was a couple figures they had that I even know came out already. And I'm like, damn, I just missed that. It just was what it was. I wasn't paying attention like that. I'm not on Facebook as much as I used to be. And that's where a lot of the information, I get a lot of information from Sony. Even though I try to post the same things, but he posts a lot, TM reviews. So yeah, Sony keeps up with a lot of stuff. I know other people do too. There's a lot of pages. I just, I know Sony and I support him, and I see a lot of his posts. He just happens to post almost everything, that all the news related and everything. So I get a lot of my information from him, but that's if I'm opening up the app. So I did see that, and I've been keeping up with like announcements, but like I said, I missed a few releases. The other thing is I'm dwindling as far as what I need in my collection. Close. They haven't made what I need, basically. Like everything that's coming out now is just remakes of figures. And yes, I have Fans Toys Ultra Magnus coming. It's been paid for, and I don't know where it's at, but I think I got it from Nick. So shout out Nick. Even though I don't have it yet, Nick is still a great person to get your figures from, because he's probably the cheapest that you'll find for Fans Toys figures. And also, he's usually fast shipping, but I know Fans Toys been weird lately, and they've been shipping him half of his inventory, and then they ship the other half, I guess, whenever. I know I went off on a little tangent. You know how I do. So y'all know. Just wait. So that's coming, just so you know. Like, I'm not really excited. I haven't been. I do want to review it because it's new, you know, for the channel. I want it up, but I'm not really excited about that figure because it's not as far away from the other figures. But I think that's why I didn't do a review on X Transbots Ultra Magnus, because I'm like, it's just so close. And I knew I was getting the Fans Toys, and that's brand new, and X Transbots is older. So I know there's a lot of reviews out there already. So I just didn't feel like doing it, because I want to keep some excitement with Fans Toys. But that's another factor. The repetition, bringing the same characters, making them a little better. Fans Toys is going to do Optimus Prime, I'm sure, from their mold, and I'm going to get it. These repetitive releases kind of like kill the excitement, but that's for me as far as when I say interest, those things. But the other aspect is I see a lot of people complaining about price, which I understand. Like, this stuff is everything's pricey. You go to the grocery store, you see what it is. The other day I bought some stuff that probably was $40 in 2019, and it came up to like $135 when I went to the register. So it's stuff like that. That stuff bleeds into this, because you gotta eat, you gotta pay your bills, you gotta take care of your family, do all that stuff first, and then the budget. Just like recently, like, there was a release that I was looking at, and I have a budget for a reason. So I had the budget, and I'm like, I could get this figure, or I could buy tickets to a Christmas experience. So that's what I want to do. I bought those tickets, and yeah, I could expand my budget and get this figure instead. But that's, like I said, that's the reason I have a budget. Try to keep me in check, so I'm not wilding out. And I might have touched on this a little bit in the beginning, but being close to finished. I know collectors like to say we're never finished, but I feel like I'm close to being finished with Transformers. So once I get the characters that I want, I'm not gonna replace them. Well, I say that, but maybe if it's maybe twice a year or so, if something comes out that's a lot better, I might replace the figure. But for the most part, I'm not, and I will be done with Transformers if they ever make the figures that I need, like Abominus and Computron and what else? Some of the other ones. I would even like to see a Masterpiece Skylynx, even though I have MMCs, and that's technically not Masterpiece, but it's a good stand-in. It's a great stand-in with my stand-in for Predaking. So there's that. But again, unless you're moving over to Legends, or you're moving over to a different type of figure, like a more stylized figure, which those are coming out, and I'm excited about those because it's keeping kind of the people in the hobby. But it's not for me. A lot of that stuff isn't for me because I don't like the way it looks. I'm G1 all the way, and that's what my collection is, and that's what I want it to be. Last point was just growing out of it, and that happens. You just have different tastes, like, as you get older. Like, I never liked Brussels sprouts. Now I love Brussels sprouts. I think they're good, and I'm like, why didn't I like them before? As long as they're cooked right, But yeah, I'm like, why didn't I like them as a kid? But you just don't, or younger even. I was like 20, I ain't like them, but now I eat them willingly. Fish too. When I was younger, I didn't like fish that much, and now I eat it 4 times a week, just about. So everything changes as you get older, and you just might find yourself. I don't think that's a problem. I guess it's just life, and you might find yourself not caring about it at all, and it's gonna feel weird, and you may mourn that caring, but hey, embrace it and find the next thing that's gonna bring you joy. Because if it's not bringing you joy anymore, and you're still doing it, that's a compulsion. That's when you get into my other video. Go check my video about addiction out. That's when you start getting into that. If you're not enjoying yourself and you're just buying this stuff, that turns into a compulsion. So I say just, look in the mirror, check yourself. And I think that's it. That's all I wanted to really cover. Just something that was on my mind, because I've noticed the last couple weeks or maybe a couple months that I've been missing. Like, I haven't been keeping up on all the news. I've been missing figures that's coming out and stuff. I even missed the pre-order that I had pre-ordered. Like, I had it pre-ordered and I had a deposit down, and luckily they gave me points. So, but I missed it, and it was Ultra Magnus actually, and I bought it off of Nick because I like to support. I like to support smaller businesses, and I forgot I had it. I forgot I had it on pre-order. If you enjoyed this video, please do everything you need to do on YouTube to help me with the algorithm. I'm close to 3,000. I know it's taking me forever to get to 3,000. I know some of y'all are in the giveaway, the 3,000 giveaway. So when that gets close, I'll probably be posting. I mean, it's close now. I got like 100 people. So hit that subscribe button, and the giveaway will happen. I'm doing it live, and I will give enough notice. I won't do like my other lives where I just start posting lives and people's like 3 people in there saying I didn't know you was going live. Fair warning. So again, got to be a subscriber. So look for that post, the giveaway post, if you want to get in it. It's Titan Armada Tidal Wave from mainline, just in case. All right, so thanks for watching again, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.